Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanos. This is episode 245, season 10. Today's date is August 6, 2023. Yes, and I'm back for another episode. So here we go. On today's program, I will talk about my memories of Duncan Yo-Yos. That it's still around, but I'm going to talk about the yo-yos that I had when I was a kid in the 1970s. They were kind of cool. They still are. And also talk about something unusual. I think a lot of people forgot about this. It's the Bicentennial Minutes that aired on CBS during the 1970s, during around when America was celebrating its 200th birthday. So I'll talk about a little about that and my memories of the show. So that'd be kind of interesting. Okay. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Hunt's Snack Pack Chocolate Pudding. Oh, I love this stuff. Can't get enough of it. So here's a commercial from the 1970s. I don't know any actors that are in there. It's just a bunch of kids talking. So just sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the program. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, if you like a party, you love the taste of Snack Pack, 'cause Snack Pack makes pudding a party.
Snack Pack pudding has that chocolatey, rich, creamy, smooth party taste kids love. Pop open a Snack Pack and taste why it's America's favorite take-along pudding.
If you like a party, you'll love the taste of Snack Pack.
'Cause Snack Pack makes pudding a party.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Shop Blinds.com right now and get up to 40% off select styles, plus a free professional measure. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Hunt's Snack Pack Chocolate Pudding. This product's still around. I had it. When did I have the last time? The last time I had this was years ago. For some reason, my mom went shopping. She bought it on a whim, but they came in plastic, not in those cans. Thank goodness, and it's still good. Oh, yeah, it's still good. I remember she used to buy these for me and my brothers when we were little. We went to Correas Elementary School, and when we lived in Roseland, she put us in our lunch boxes, in our lunch bags. She bought them in the grocery stores downstairs at Gately's People Store or at the A&P about a block away. And she put them in, and she would put them in our lunches. And I have and there were cans, and they're the metal cans, and you had to pull out the cans, and they were dangerous. But you know what I did? You had to be careful. When the pudding got stuck in the bottom of the lid, you lick it up. It was kind of fun. You still do that with the paper, but I think they've done away with that, and then they manufactured plastic, which is safer for children. They still have the same flavors, but they added more, according to the website. The standard ones were like chocolate, vanilla, butterscotch. I love all of those three. And they had, let's see what else. Also, they had like chocolate and vanilla mix. They added a banana cream pie. That sounds good. And chocolate fudge, lemon, tapioca, if you like tapioca, and it was great. I'm sure adults eat it too. Also, was just mentioned on the website that this product was introduced in 1968. And it also made a cameo in the 1995 movie Billy Madison, starring Adam Sandler. To tell you the truth, I seen the movie. Maybe I've seen scenes of it. I don't remember seeing that, but if I watch the movie, I'll watch. I'll try to look for it. That's what people remember, because any movie he was in was ridiculous. So, but he was a funny man. So it's a. I just love pudding. I really do. Jello pudding is the best. When you my mom makes it sometimes, you put it in the blender, blend it in, and you freeze it up. Sometimes you put Cool Whip. Oh, it's good. I love it. I really do. It's also great for pies, like pudding pie, like that. Okay. All right. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about my memories of Duncan Yo-Yos and the Bicentennial Minute programs in the 1970s, growing up in Chicago. Before I get started, I'll give you a quick update on my health. Everything's fine so far. I still have the catheter. I can't stand it. I'm sleeping a little better, because I lie on my back sleeping. I can't sleep on my back. I like to sleep on my stomach. It's a little hard, but it's going fine. Good news is I'll be off tomorrow afternoon. I can't wait. But it's the fear of when they remove it. I can't. You don't want to know. It's terrible. But this is the third time for me to wear this thing, because the surgery was very successful, and then we'll see. And then I'll find out when's the next visit to the urologist. I'll ask. And as for the oncologist, I'm waiting for a phone call to see, maybe set up for a PET scan / bone scan to deal with the spot on my rib. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. I always do on my social media accounts. And I want to thank everybody for their love and their support, from all my followers and my friends, my family, my friends, and my followers. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's go have some fun. All right, let's start with Duncan Yo-Yos. The Duncan Toys Company. And that was, it was founded on November 15th, 1929 in Middlefield, Ohio. That's the headquarters, still there. And it was founded by a man, of course. His name was Donald F. Duncan Sr. So, he purchased the Flores Yo-Yo Company, and his name was Pedro Flores, from the Philippines, and that's how it got started. And the yo-yos sold like hotcakes. So, the yo-yo's been around for a long time, and then when television came, they advertised the commercials, for kids to buy them, like that. I remember the earliest commercials I saw was like in the early 70s. They showed the type of yo-yos and the kind of tricks you do, like that. Let's see. So I'm going to tell you my first yo-yo and my favorite. My first yo-yo was called the Duncan Tournament yo-yo. And it was black, glittery, and it was the most beautiful yo-yo I ever had. Oh, I loved it. My mom bought it in a store. It was at a toy store on a corner of 112th Street and Michigan Avenue, right near Gately's People Store. They sold toys there, but this store had it was an independent store, and they sold toys. And she bought it, and because we were walking there, and I told her I want to buy a yo-yo. She did, and I played around with it and all that. And then she bought me another one. The next one was, of course, an all-time favorite, the butterfly. I love that one. It was like red on one side, like solid red, and it was white, and on the other side we had a butterfly, and it's a Duncan butterfly. And I played with it all through grade school. I could not do those tricks. No, like walk the dog, uh, loop to loop. I couldn't do those. There was another one I forgot. Oh, rocking the cradle. I think that's what it's called. I couldn't do those. No, that was tough. Or you like spin it, stuff like that. I could not do that at all. No, no, no. That was tough. It was very tough indeed. There was other ones like you could do around the world, or rock the baby. Let's see, sleeper, pinwheel, gravity pool. There's all kinds of lists of that. Um, so you'd be amazed. So I watched other kids played with it, and they were jealous that I had a yo-yo. I brought it to school. That was fine, like that. So the three classic yo-yos that I remember were, of course, was Tournament, the Butterfly, and also Imperial. And also some of them glow in the dark. So if you turn out the lights, you would play with the yo-yo and it lit up. I think it was the Butterfly that did that. And that was kind of cool seeing that. Um, I still have two yo-yos with me that with in my room. One is had the Rice Krispies with Snap, Crackle, and Pop. I have it in my drawer. Also, I got a yo-yo from Suncoast Video Store. It's a red. I think they gave it to me when I was started buying VHS movies at the time and DVDs, and they gave me a free yo-yo, and I still have it in a drawer. I haven't played it recently. No, I haven't played the yo-yos yet. So right now, I'm going to play a commercial from 1970, and it is the Duncan Imperial and Butterfly Yo-Yo. So sit back and relax, and here it comes. Thank you, everyone.
Flash Duncan Yo-Yos. Flash Duncan Butterfly Yo-Yo.
A Duncan Imperial yo-yo, that's for me. Flick it down.
Spin it all around.
Anyone can play.
Rock the baby.
Walk the dog.
Even loop the loop.
It all comes down to lots of fun.
Duncan Yo-Yo is the only one.
Duncan Yo-Yo from Flambeau Plastics Corporation.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. From streaming to shopping, Prime helps you get more out of your passions. So whether you're a fan of true crime or prefer a nail-biting novel from time to time, with services like Prime Video, Amazon Music, and fast free delivery, Prime makes it easy to get more out of whatever you're into or getting into. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to learn more.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Duncan Imperial and Butterfly Yo-Yos. When I saw this commercial on YouTube, that brought me back. It was great seeing that. As for today, I haven't seen kids play yo-yos. This is 2023. Right now, kids play electronic games on their phones or their iPads or their tablets. You have on their computers. It's not the same. When I was a kid, I had fun with toys. All kinds of toys like that. I guess parents today, I don't know, you have to do what the other one does and all that. But if you buy a board game or a simple toy, It's a lot of fun, but it's I can understand you get bored after that, and then you just leave it. And that happened to me too, like that. So thankfully, it's still around. So if you're in the mood to buy a yo-yo for your child or for yourself, go ahead. You know, it's a great toy. It really is. Okay. Next up, I will talk about the program, the Bicentennial Minutes. Now, a lot of people forgot about this, but I haven't. But these were a series of short educational TV segments, and they were commemorating the bicentennial of the American Revolution. Because they aired like during the 70s. These were aired on the CBS television network, which in Chicago was WBBM TV Channel 2. And they were about a minute. And the first show broadcast was July 4th, 1974. And let's see. Let's see what we have here. So they aired on every night, like around 7:30, like a few minutes, around 7:27 or 7:57 prime time. I don't know if they aired every night. I think they aired once. I don't know about twice. I don't think so. So I remember that, and they were videotaped, so it wasn't live. And then it just featured a different narrator, and often it was somebody who was on television, someone very famous. They did about over 700 programs, but that was a lot, so you can understand that. And let's see. So on July 4th, that was the first airing. On July 4th, 1976, which was the 200th birthday of America, of Independence Day, it was narrated by First Lady Betty Ford. She did that. And they were going to end on that day, but it was extended until the end of the year, on December 31st, 1976. And the last one was her husband, and it was narrated by President Gerald Ford, and he did the longest. He did that. And so I remember a few celebrities were on. I remember Carol O'Connor from All in the Family did one. He also did some funny segment on his show about the Bicentennial Minute. I remember that. And I remember lots, and also Lucille Ball. I remember she did that, which, by the way, today is her birthday. Happy birthday to her. And the narrator, each of the narrators will introduce himself or herself, saying 200 years ago today, and they would describe a historical event on that day before or during the American Revolution. And at the end, they would say, and that's the way it is, just like Walter Cronkite did on the CBS EV News. I'm sure a lot of people, I don't know if young people remember him, but I did. I saw him I saw him on TV every night, like that. And so it's they did some parodies. Other TV shows did parodies of that, like I mentioned, All in the Family. They did this on Hee Haw. They did this on Sonny and Cher, the Carol Burnett Show, on the game show Match Game, on Maude, on the TV show Rhoda. They did that. They mentioned, and also on Saturday Night Live, and like that. And recently, they did a show on the King of Queens, starring Kevin James, about the Bicentennial Minutes. And he remembers when in 1976 he threw a pair of glasses during at the TV. Did that? I got to find that episode. Okay. So anyway, I found a clip of one, of a Bicentennial Minute. This was narrated by Darren McGavin, the actor who was Carl Kolchak on The Night Stalker. Also, you remember him in the movie The Christmas Story. So here it is from 1976. So sit back and relax and listen to actor Darren McGavin narrating the Bicentennial Minute. Thank you, everyone.
I'm Darren McGavin. 200 years ago today, in the dark of night, small boats headed for a 12-acre island in Manhattan's harbor, which loyalists were using for a refuge. Lookouts had reported that men from British warships were fortifying the place, possibly as a jumping-off point for an attack on the city. Major William D. Hart and 200 American soldiers landed on the island soon after midnight. They found only 60 loyalist women and children. The men had escaped to British ships lying offshore. The frightened refugees weren't hurt, but raiders burned the buildings that had sheltered them. Now, that island in New York Harbor would no longer serve as a way station for refugees from America. But years later, it would welcome those coming in. They'd know it as Bedloe's Island, site of the Statue of Liberty. I'm Darren McGavin, and that's the way it was.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the Bicentennial Minute, narrated by Darren McGavin. He stars in one of my favorite shows, The Night Stalker. That show scared me when I was a kid, but now I'm okay with it. But I got it on Blu-ray. It looks gorgeous. I did some research. The first show that aired, let's see. Let me go back for a second. I think it was July. It was July 4th, 1974, and that was narrated by Charlton Heston, the actor, from Planet of the Apes and Ben-Hur. That he did the first one. There were over 732 episodes and was sponsored by the Shell Oil Company, later on by Raid. The bug spray. But there were some actors that did narrate more than once. They did that, so that's good. And something, I think they should put this on DVD. That would be awesome. Compile all those, and it would that would take I don't know how much space it would take like that, but it'd be kind of cool to see that. It'd be great. It's like a historic, like you're in history class at school, just watching that. And then you have actors, and they would explain. That'd be awesome. I'm surprised nobody wrote into the network and tell them, yeah, I want somebody to do that and put them on video. You never know. Maybe I'll find a bootleg someday, if I go to the comic book convention, but I doubt it. Excuse me. So that's great. So a lot of people totally forgot about this, and I enjoyed it. I look forward to watching it when I was a kid, doing that. Okay, so I guess that's it for this show. It's kind of short. So I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about my memories of Duncan Yo-Yos and the Bicentennial Minutes program in the 1970s in Chicago. This podcast will be published later today. Whatever podcasts are available. Excuse me. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Also, it's on my YouTube channel, Van Chicago Stories. Please subscribe. Click on the subscribe button, and you'll be notified for a new episode. Same thing with all the apps that I mentioned. Also, I'm on my blog, vanchicagoland.blog. And also on my social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter. It's on Instagram and also Threads. So you click on the link. Take it right there, and you can listen anytime, any place, when you're in the mood, I get a funny story. Sometimes people tell me they work out, or they go for a walk, or they're in their car, or just doing things around the house, and they turn on and they listen to me, which is, I think that's very I don't know what the word is, very complimentary. It's, also gracious too, like that. So that's kind of cool, like that. And I will do another podcast episode, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on Monday, when I go to the doctor. I have to think of something. So we'll see about that. Okay, so this is Pico Stanis, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me on a somewhat cloudy, rainy Sunday. I hope that you enjoyed the rest of your weekend. I will. And as I said before, I'm recuperating. I'm doing much better. Thank you again for your love, for your support. I appreciate it. So here's Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye-bye, and here's bye-bye for me. Take care, everyone. So long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.